Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. So today video we are going to finish maybe 70% of the homepage you see in here. So let me work into really fast the demo for the homepage. So we have a small GSAP technique in here, small animations. We have register component. So in here. And we also have the coaches components, the coach sections, and we have the mock data as well. And we also have the location section. You see in here the image and the data also been in the mock data over here. And you see the image did not change because I don't want to use a lot of image. Also I want to download it. I will also upload this one when I do the integrate with the Sanities. So we have the add and queue. So you've seen here the accordion is made from Shakti UI. It's pretty simple, very fast, easy to integrate. And we have this small animation as well, buttons, and also the footer. I don't want to make it separate. And this is the bigger screen. So you see in here the screen with confidence is playing into this world. You can you guys can push it up or push it down, it's depend. So when you scroll into here, it's going to bring the sections into the top, and then it jump the video, and then we move forward. So you see in here we have the register in here, we have the coach, and we have the locations also with the FAQ in here. See, very simple. And we have a small GSAP animation like this one. It's got jump in, and we had the footer. All right, so it's pretty simple, and I think we can start coding right now. And if you see this video or this tutorial is very solid and very good design, please have a subscribe for the channel, support for the channel for me to have the motivation to keep pushing forward to create a very good project like this for you guys. All right, so we can get started. Okay, so we can start. All right, so first stop, before we jump into the codings, please can you help me to install or download two of the random image. If it's relate into the tennis, it's good, but if just for placeholder like this one, this handsome dude, also fine. But let's do to the image like this one, and the second one that you want to have a video to put in the hero sections like this one. So it should be short, right? It should be about 20 seconds to 30 seconds only, and you're good to go. So two of the things, two image and one video, and remember to put it into this public folder in here. Put it into the public folder and with the image and the video like this one. Okay, so we will start at the previous video. We start with the header one. So first step, to jump into the components and create few of the folder like this one. And in the page folder you have the home page, right? And in the home page, could you create the hero sections like this one, like this? So this is will represent for the hero sections of the home page. And then you can text in here hero like this one. It's pretty simple, but like hero, let's say corner. Okay, hold on, something wrong. Sections, export hero, and hold on. Okay, what's wrong with this? Page, home page, and what component we have? All right, okay, so I think we have some the issue from that. Okay, I don't know why. So this is, if we reload this one, it should be fine. Hold up. This is correct. Yeah. All right. So it's just something wrong with the, I don't know. Okay. So next up, we want to create the section, the hero section, right? But first, jump into the element. We go into create the components. First is the section components. So you will have the section component like this one and something like this. And you want to make sure that every sections go into be can reusable, right? So we want to using the section functions. The section tag, and it should be have the class name tailwind merge. So it should look in something like this one. Okay, so you first thing you need to install the library class name. Let's say this one. So this is the library for the class name merge together. So it's pretty simple. It will work like this one. So if you see in here, we have a fixed class name, and then if you pass some class name from the outside of the component, it should be received like the way we want to be override the first one. Okay, and you also need to have a TypeScript for this one. So the section going to have the children with the react node for contain everything inside when we want to render out. Okay, so the next one going to be a container. So the container should be the same. The container should be the same with this one. So we have the container going to be exactly the same, but it's just different. The name going to be a little bit different with the fixed container already been fixed in here. And if you want curious what the class name, this one going to be have the style, you can jump into the tailwind config in here, which I already set the container. So if you close this one, close color. So this is color for the accordion from Shaktian UI. You just don't need to worry about it. So you just need to forget about this one. So this is the container class name. It will already default in the center, and some of the button go into based on the screen. It will have some of the RAM to adapt to the screen, and also with the mask width to have a screen for that. Okay, so it's pretty simple for this one. Remember to create two of the component layout. Make sure that everything is setting up. All right, so next up we're going to have a button. So if you know that we going to use few of the button over the place, right? So we want to make sure that we have the buttons components like this one. So we want to keep it simple. Just make it this one going to be have this button like this one. So we will going to use the CS with the same with two of the components like this. We remove the unclick here, and it should be have TypeScript the same. Hold up. Okay, so the class name going to be the string button prop, and we're going to pass the buttons from the outside. Button see. Okay, so this should be fine for now. It's still gelling because we don't use it in here. Okay, we need to have children, we need to have class name. All right, so this is very simple components that make sure that we wrap into the component like this. Okay, so next up we're going to use one of the library name tailwind variant. So if you know the tailwind variant functions, it should be fine, but if you don't, you see in here we have two of the primary and the secondary, which is very hard to do with the Tailwind class name. But now we have the Tailwind variant, which is to help us to create three few of the variant, and it will attach into the variant we pass outside. So later on I will demo for you how this is going to work. Okay, so this step we good to go. We have button, container, and sections. Alright, so now let's close all the tab and we can jump into the hero sections. And in the hero sections, you should be create first thing is the sections that we just create, the section component, right? And it should be to duplicate, and it should have a container outside, container like this, and we delete this one. Okay, so this should be good here. Alright, so if you see, we already render out the hero title in here. So okay, so next up, first thing we need to have the h1. So the h1 that we do going to be have the screen with the confident screen. Okay, so one more step. Remember to put this into the span for later on we can have the animations with this one. So when with confident, okay, confidence. Alright, so you see in here we have the screen with confidence already in place. Alright, so in the later on we want it to have the confidence is a little bit up below, right? For the class name of it, I just make sure that everything we keep in place. So I will copy the class name I have been prepared in here. Okay, so we have uppercase. We can turn it into relative, and with the z index 1, that black, and it should be have the height. Like height is 1, and the font Helvetica we used before. And also remember to use the text hero. So if you don't know the text hero is, let me explain one more time. So the text hero going to be the font size that is responsive here. So we set on the claim with the minimum value of the size and the maximum value of the size based on the screen. Okay. All right. So let's get moving forward. All right. So we already have the headings like this one. It's pretty simple now. And remember to do the next up, we're going to have the video. So first thing, before we do anything new, please install GSAP. And if you don't know GSAP is the library that for us to create animations techniques combined with other framework. And it's really famous if you want to join into the front-end field, especially you want to have creative stuff. Okay, so install GSAP, and after that we going to use the one of the famous ones is the scroll trigger. Okay, so we go into use the scroll trigger, import the scroll trigger in here, and remember to register plugin in this way. Okay, so it will challenge that GSAP is not defined. We not actually import GSAP, so we just import GSAP in here. Okay, so remember to import 4 of this one. Alright, so next up we want to have the ref. Remember to create 2 of the ref for this one, 2 container and the video ref. Okay, so if you don't know what the ref is, the ref go into target into the element when it's rendered out or not. So it's pretty simple one. And when you use the ref, you also need to you need to make it into the client side. So you need to have client in here if you want to do the animations. Alright, so next up we have the GSAP functions. So first thing first, we have the GSAP like this one, and let me explain what going to be happens. So we are going to target the GSAP into the container like this, and it should be have some of the thing inside. So what will be? So first thing, we go into use the scroll trigger in here, and to scroller going to be the body of the website, and we will trigger the animations when it's going to the video wrap, right? So what is the animation going to be? So this is the animation start. So the animation start when we go into this video wrap, and it will target into the container, and it's ping to the top based on the start we want here, and the script is just like back and forth the stop. Okay, so what do we want to change? So before we want to do something change in here, we just leave this one there. This is finished for the setting up the GSAP, but not yet. We will do it afterward. So okay, now we jump into the HTML side. So first thing, we need to create an ID for the for this div, and we need to attach the video wrap for this div first one. Okay, so this one going to be contain the container wrap for the video like this. Okay, so it's pretty simple. And all right, so we want to make sure that we have everything in place. So let's see that let's check on this. All right, so we have, okay, so we have the button in here, and we have the learn more, and then we have this animation, this elevate your game text. So we already do have this tag. Now we going to have learn more and those stuff. All right, so next step, we're going to create a text in here first. It should be a div for this one before we do something else. So the first thing going to be the learn more. So if you remember, we have the learn more first thing, and the second thing going to be the buttons. So the button going to be have a the background highlight green, button 6, and if you want to remember, material symbol outline is, so it's just very basic stuff with the Google font. So it will take, it will make sure that we import the font correctly, the icon correctly. So this is the one. And so after that, we're going to attach this class name into the buttons, and we just simply use the arrow downward in the name of the icon to make it render like this. How easy is that? All right, so next up, we're going to render the video, but we also need one more word, is the elevate your game. So we need this word outside the buttons and the learn more text. Okay, so next up, we need to create a div before this, and also a video for this one. And inside the video, we should have a shot. Okay, so this shot should, okay, I don't know. So we have the source in here, target into this video, and the video I just told you guys to download it. If you don't want to download, you can use the video inside the repo. So it will jump into here, go into the video, and take this video out and render like this. But if you see, it's not just it's not playing, so you need few more attribute inside. So in here to have able to play. So we have autoplay, and you also mute it. If you don't mute it, it won't autoplay. So you also need the Arial label, and also from some of the class name, remember to have the same class name like I did before, like this one, or otherwise it won't be rendered like the way we want. Okay, so I think we have finished for the, oh, one more thing, you need to have the tag for, you need to have few text to render out when the video is not support for the browser. All right, okay, so now we jump back into the video wrapper. Now we need to have few of the class name for this one. So the video class bird go in video wrap going to have the flag and the flag columns, and it's going to push this video a little bit up, and also in the big screen it will put more up to look like something like this one, you see. And it's pretty simple one. The margin going to be 20 view height, and it should be sticky, and we have the screen is the height is full screen. All right. And for the container, this is a little bit tricky, so let me explain what should be what it look like this one. So first we need to have everything in column, and the height and the weight should be always 90 in the meanwhile, and it should be round. Saying we see this one is round like this one, and it should have overflow hidden. So this one is meaningless, so feel free to remove it. Okay, so it should be have the sticky as well, and it should be top 0. Remember, top 0, and the yes going to be 1. So otherwise the header going to be disappear. All right. So we have finished for the container wrap. So you see in here it's not starting anything yet. So you see it's a little bit pink in here, but it's not zooming out. So why is that? So we need to do a few more styling stuff. So for the next div, we need to have the class name like this one. So it should be have flags, flag columns, item center, and headphone. You see, so this button and the learn more already in the bottoms in here, and also this guy going to be gone in the way below. All right, so it's center like this. Okay, so next up we want to have a y absolute here, and we want to make sure that the div have the video going to have the correct style. So it should have absolute attribute and item start and top 0 as well. Remember to have the hash full and a width full as well. All right, so if you refresh this one, and when you scroll down, it's not zooming out, right? Because the G-sap will not touch it yet. So remember, we are just setting up the G-sap like this one, and it's just ping, but it's not do anything. So we need to do few more. We need to add the width and the height, also with the border radius going to be turned into 0, because it is right now having the border radius here. So it is having 20 pixel border radius, so we need to turn it into 0. So if you see in here, this is turned into 0, and we want the same. So refresh this one, we scroll up, it should be zoom in, and then just turn into 0. Okay, so we have finished the hero. I know this fat, but like we don't want to waste the time so much, so I want to make sure we have the same format. If you want to do something crazy, you can base on it and then just do whatever you want. Okay, so I think we're good for the hero sections of the homepage. So next up, we're going to create a register, the register sections. Okay, so the register sections also going to be inside the homepage folder. We have register. So this one should be very simple one. So you see is that we have one of the button in here already, and if you scroll, you have this one buttons, and you have this one button. So there is 2 style of the button, right? So we want to make sure that we use the consistent button, and we don't want to waste the time. So we jump back into the button components in here, and then you need to install the Tailwind variant, the one I just mentioned to you about this one, and also you need to create this section, the button variant here. All right, so the button variant is going to have the Tailwind variant functions to contain something like this one, you see, and it should be have some of the components default in here. Okay, so I should do another video about the Tailwind variant. This is very fast for you, but let me explain pretty easy. So let's imagine we have a button, right? So this one is the first variant. So you can see this is the primary variant in here, and we have the second variant, so we call it secondary variant in here. So the color going to have the primary or secondary. It depends on the design, like the green and the gray. Okay, so and also with the size, if you buy something like the XM, it will have few of the size for the text and also with the other, and the full width as well. So the full width going to base on this do. So if this one had a full width, it will have the 100% width like this, or if not, it's just empty. So the compound variant, that when you have the color primary and the size XM, the class will automate going to add is the hover green like this. Okay, and same with this one. And the default, when you don't pass anything, it just have color primary and the size EMD. That's it. All right, so because you pass in the more classes in here and more prop, you also need to adjust the prop like the one I do before here. So it should have another one of the click going to be the void and the full width and all the size in here, also the color and the class name as well. And the button should look like this one. Okay, so we should have a button like this, where the button is receive the button drop, and we thread out all the class the prop is need to be, and we use the CS to merge the class name in here. So we extract the button class out to have the buttons and the color size like this one. So the button is this do. So it will take the class name out based on the prop we passing in, and it will go into the button function in here and take the class name out and then base in here. Okay, so now we have the buttons in place. Remember, we also have the input buttons, the input component, where we also use one more input in the footer. So remember to create one input component in here, and then we just return it in. So the input should be exactly the same. So oh my god, okay, so the input should be exactly the same, but it will have a different style. So first thing, you also need 3 of this, and then you also need to create a input style for the first one, the first variant and the second variant like this. So the style I already been prepared. Feel free to pause the video and record it, or otherwise you want to use it in the repo as well. So this will save in a lot of time for us. Alright, so the next step, we want to have the input prop. So I also prepare in here, and last thing first is the input. So it's exactly the same with the button. It's do nothing, but it will have the placeholder like this one, and it don't have the on click one. So we also make sure in the future we want to input the value. So it make sure that we will jump in back, and then we adjust later on when we integrate into the server. All right. So now we have button and we have the input. So now we go into the register components, and we start to play with it. First thing, we need to import 4 of them in. So we need to import 4 of that, and the first going to be the sections. So the sections should be have few more. Sync is just black like this, so it should be have black, and we should have the jet index 20 as well, and this one you can remove because the section we already have the button 32. All right, so and next up we want to have a container. So the container going to have few more extra stuff. So since we have this text and we have this block, so we need to have it going to be flat and as well. So you see in here the way I do it is, oh my god, okay, it's not there yet because we're not import in here. So we need to have the register. Okay, and voila, here we go. And okay, so you see this this white space because in the sections up only the hero, we don't need the button bottom from the component. So you jump into the hero, you jump into the section, you just do something like that, and then it's just gone. We don't need the button for the hero. And for the resistor, the container is yellow because we don't have any inside. So first we need the h2. Just shut up. Alright, and the h2 going to have this tag, so let's everyone experience it together. And we also can use the class name like this. Hold up. So the class name of the h2 going to be text y. The XL we don't have full width when it's in the bigger screen. So let me jump into the bigger screen. Okay, so we jump in here. So this also is a problem right now. What happens? Okay, so we will do this one later. Alright, so but let's check the resistor components in here. The resistor sections it look good. And now we want to make sure that we have the correct way. Okay, so next up we create a small div in here, and this div going to be have first we need to have as you see in here we have the stay update text, and we also need to have a div to contain the input and also the buttons. So since we already prepared the components, so it's pretty simple. It just have something similar like this one, and we will have exactly the same. How is it fast? Okay, so you see in here a little bit gap, so we need to create a little bit gap as well. So it should be have a class name, and the flag going to have gap 3. So let's check on the bigger screen. Oh my god. Alright, so the bigger screen it looks something fabulous. Okay, so let's solve this one. So let's try to solve this. Let me check on the let me check on here. So it's probably the button as well, I believe. Okay, it's M. Okay. Alright, it's just won't receive my since I do. Okay, I understand. Alright. So let's jump into a little bit into the hero section. So this one just adapt into the smaller screen, so you also need to have this as well. So it will so this should be fine. Hold on. Okay, so it should be good. Alright, so this is the way we want, and we have the resistor complete. Alright, let's go. We're doing process in here, guys. So next up we want to have the coach section. So the coach sections we also follow the same. We create a coach here, and then the okay, so this one should have an S, yes, coaches, right? And in here we have coaches. Okay, so this is wrong spelling, so we need to have ES, and this one going to have ES. Okay, and this one's gone. Alright, so next up we're going to do the coaches. Okay, so this one same sections, and we have and we have container here. Okay, like that. And for the coach it will a little bit tricky, since we need data for it. So we also have the data in here. If you jump into the data, the public, and you see the data we already prepared in the previous video. Now we need a little bit adjust for this one. So we need to have a rename it. We need to rename it that into the mock.json in here. So the mock.json going to contain all the stuff we go into use. Alright, hold up. So the mock.json going to be have a few of the information we going to need. Okay. Alright, so the mock.json we're going to have first we need to adjust this data in here. Remember to use this one, to change this one into the object. So we no more array for this, and we just remove it. This one also remove. So it will be blank like this one first. And the first thing we want to have is the header data. So this is the header that is contain the mock data. And when you change something like this one, you also need to jump into the header components. Oh, so this one also changed. Oh my god, no. Oh shit. Oh, so I already create. Hold on, let me delete this. I already create a mock.json in here. So if you see there, this is the data come from GPT, of course, and all the mock data already prepared, very simple ones. So if I close all the stuff here, you will see we have the maintain in the header, right? So the header going to have the menu item where we fed all the data out we want to use. So this is the header. So we fed all the data out and then we map in here like this. Okay. So next up we also have the footer. So the footer I will explain later on. So this is the one we want. We want to have a coach where it is an array and it contains all the mock informations. Especially you need to use the image as well. So you can use the same image that I told you to import in the beginning of the video, and on the stuff you can use GPT to train it for you and make it like an array like this one. Okay, sounds simple. And now we go into the coach component section. Okay, into the code sections. And first thing, all right, so first thing we need to create a tag sections, right? So this is going to be the S2, and it's going to be have meet the team behind Ellison here. So it will have the tag sections I also been prepared, and you also going to use the same buttons that we have. So the button we should be use is hold on. The button, it should be the button first. Okay, button explore academy. Okay, so it is the first button. So if you see when you just no pass in the variant out, it's just there, and if you pass in the secondary here, it will look something like this, right? So we want to make sure we reusable and we make it very clean. So just this one is enough. Okay, let me jump in it a little bit more. So next up we want to use the sections for the so this one we missing the div in here to have it it look like a text container, but like I have not created yet, maybe later. Okay, so this one going to have this and the class name as well. So it should be have the class name flag column, and in the bigger screen it's going to have the flag row because we want to have it turn into the flag row when we're in the bigger screen like this one, right? Okay, so next up we're going to create a container for the array. So it should be a grid system. So it should be a grid system. You see we have a grid and the SM going to be two of the grid ones. So since we want to see bigger screen and here. Okay, so the bigger screen should be two of the grid system and the smaller screen should be one, right? All right, so we jump into back to the codant. Okay, let's check. Okay, so we have the section in here. All right, so I already prepare everything in place. So let me make it fast like this. So the image we need to import from the Next.js, and voila. So this is the one. So let me explain. So you remember we have the course, right? The course data array. So we create a div. This is the entire element you see in here, and we have a div, this one, and it should contain a key. So our first thing, we need to the image ratio. So the image ratio should have the fixed height, and in this case I create it is 450 pixel, and it has shadow. You see small shadow in here, and the margin bottom to push the text a little bit below, and other stuff very simple. And we using the image from the code sections, and this one from the data here. You remember that? Okay. So after we mapping out the image, you remember to create the image into field, because when you using the image of Next.js and you don't pass in the field or the height or the width, it will be yelling at you and it's not working. And also remember to create a class name with object cover, and we're good to go for the image. All right, and the last one is very simple. This is just very basic style. So flag columns, and we have the course locations, the mapping now here. We have the course name mapping now here, and code descriptions also mapping now here. And then upscode, we have the buttons. So this is the bad practice, so let's remove it. Buttons, okay, and subscribe. Done. That's it. So you see, if we just leave it here, it just have full width. So you need to have a class name like this, and it should be fixed like it. All right. Now we're good to go. You see a little bit tight, so you can push it up 3 or 6, depends. Like let's do 6. Yep. Okay. So now this is the coaching sections of the hero. Here we have register. Now we finish the course. Yeah. And let's check on the bigger screen. Let's see what happened. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, right? Okay. So the animation, of course, we're going to do the animation, but it is the micro animations. So we will do everything after we finish all the page, and that will save a lot of time when you want to start it. Okay, so the next step, let's check what is the sections. We have the location section here. So the locations and then the FNQ. So okay, so we can do the coding part. So we have the locations. Okay, so the locations also same. Remember to use the mock data of the location I have created and the component we are using from the previous, and we're going to use okay, remove this please, and that's it. That's a good start. Okay, so first thing, we need to have sections. Okay, so we need to have a section here. So a section should have a container like we used to do, and inside of that it's pretty simple ones. But before the container, we want to have the image. So the image is the location, the second image I told you to prepare. So when you hit save, it should be fine. But before we hit save, we can go into the container, and then we go into schedule the system after the style. All right, if I refresh this, it should be not there. Okay, it should not there, right? Because we not import in here. So locations, right here, right, and see, we already have. So few of the thing we're not using, and they yelling at us. So if you look into the bigger versions, it turned into the 2 of the columns in here, and this one also column, and this is not. Right. So the layout we based on a website, it's not a design. So we need to go with the intuitions. So the intuition tell us to be, yeah, let's go for it. Okay. So this one going to be the text in the right. So we have the text in here, and hold up, and we have the our locations, and we have the descriptions here. So we have the locations, very simple, tag sections, and if you scroll down, you will see, oh, we're not seeing there. Is it? My God, where is it? All right, it doesn't matter. Just leave that first. And next up, we have buttons. Okay, so the container relative, why? I don't know. Relative first. Let me say something now. Okay, so relative, so the image going to be the below. Sorry, so the image is over. So now we change the container into relative. It will take the container on the top. That's it. Okay, so the second grid system. So this is the first grid already completed. All right, so we have a second grid is the same. So, oh my God, Yelin, what's Yelin? Okay, so we have the data, right? So the location is the data. Is it necessary we have a second grid like this grid? Oh, let me move it. It doesn't need it, right? Yeah. All right, so for this one, it's also similar. We need to have two columns and with the grid system, and we map the outside the data we have been prepared. In here you see I use the same image to make sure we saving time. So you can use the image after when we integrate with the Sanity. Just don't waste your time to find a perfect image, guys. So this is very time consuming. And I know it's good looking, but like in here, so it should be simple, very simple, like the one I showing you in here. Very basic stuff. Okay, so we I think we're done for the locations sections. So in here you see it's a little bit tight, but I fine with that. I want tie. Okay, so next up we want to have the FAQ sections, right? So same. So the FAQ is also very simple one. We also need the information sections, container, and also the mock data. This section had a little bit new. So you also need to have the container and also the sections. So the container and sections. Oh my God, hold on. Sections and like this. Okay, so because the FMQ, we're going to be using the components of Shakti UI. So we will save the time on that to create the functions. So let's create first is the one we want to create, this one, right? FAQ text in here, and then the email, and then the accordion in here. When you open it, it's turned into green like this one. Very beautiful. All right, so we also need to use where is it? So we also need to use the image as well. Sorry, the accordion. So the link going to be from the Next.js as we discussed. All right. We have not seen it yet because we not have imported into the page. So the FAQ here, and yeah, we're good to go. Now this is very basic stuff. The next step going to be the accordion. So remember to import the accordion. All right. All right. So we want to make sure that we have the Shakti and UI accordions. So we want to make sure that we have the checked-in UI accordion to be installed. So it should be looking like this one. So the install going to be very simple. You can go into the home and get started, and you will see installation here, Next.js. So they also have the tutorial for the install it. It's also pretty simple. And now you can go into the components, and you see we are in the accordion. So they also tell us how to do the installation. This is also pretty simple. The fact that I already installed into the project, so now I'm going to be use it right now. So after you install it, you can call the main things. The main accordion is the big accordions. So this is the that. So it's going to be mapped. It's going to be mapped the accordions. Sorry, the data we have been provided for the FAQ mock functions. Mock data. So this is the array of the questions and answer for us to be using into the accordions. So when you see accordion in here, it's yelling because it doesn't have, I guess. Oh, hold on. It actually doesn't have it. All right. So we need to install it again. All right, hold on. All right, copy exactly the same. So we install in here, and then we pass it. Okay. It will see. You see, we already create component accordions, and then when you click in here, it should jump into the way we want. So it's create a folder UI in our component, and it's named accordion, and now we can use it in here. Hold on, wait, here component, and this items going to also in the components, and this content going to be also in the component folder. Okay, right, okay, duplicate. Hold on, let me refresh this. La 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 la. Alright, why this is yelling now? What? Single is not assigned to undefined. Oh, this should not a trigger. My god. Oh, this should be accordion. Oh, okay. All right. So when you finish the installations, and you can start using like the way I use in here, but keep in mind that the accordion item, you need to have a border is green, and you will see why we need green like this, because the current default website, you see it have the border green, but if you don't use it, it will return into white like this one. It's not that eye-catchy. So border green first thing, and now you see when we open it, the title it have underline and it's not turned into green. So we need to jump into the accordion item, and you will see in here if have the accordion item in here, and you also need to have some of the class name customized when we want to customize the text in here. All right, so now we open. So we see in here we have the data state is equal to opened, and it will target into the SVG to rotate. So I can say that if I use the same data state opened here and class like this one, I should be do something with the accordion trigger. All right, so let me do hover underline. So I think this is the text. So when we hover, we had underline here. So when we open, it should be text highlight. Wait, highlight green. Oh my god. text highlight green. Okay, text highlight green like this. So when we open it, it should be change the text color. No. Okay. Data stay open. Okay, so it should be like this. Here, you see, it's turned into green, and we have we want to remove the hover. We don't want it, right? Okay, so it turned into green, exactly the way we want. All right, so now we need to make it a little bit bigger. So we want it to have a subtitle. See, so this is look good already. But the font, I think it's the font Satoshi, right? Satoshi. And we want the text also a little bit bigger. Possibly, so it should be label, I guess. Oh no, we should do opposite. So the text I have been default using from field of the project. So the text subtitle, and this one should be label. Okay. Right. This should be font Satoshi too. Okay, so this looking very good. So this is also complete the sections, and if you jump into the FAQ sections, you see it's also pretty simple and nothing complexity, right? Okay, so next up we're going to have okay, so let's check on the bigger screen. So the bigger screens, it will look something like this. So okay, so let's check on the so this is the last section now. So the section here, and then we come into the footer, right? Okay, so next up the rally sections. So I call it the rally sections. So here, oh sorry, so the rally sections, we also use 3 of the components, but in here we use gsap for this component. Yay, let's go. So we use gsap in here. Also remember to register the score trigger as well. Okay, so we install, we import the gsap score trigger and the gsap. Because of that, we need to make it into the client side. Okay, client side here are done. Okay, let's stop. So the technique is pretty straightforward. We need to have the ref to detect other stuff such as image grab and image itself. So the gsap function going to be target into the image grab. So you see that current is to make sure that it's in the view, is in the DOM. So we use that current. If it's possible, we are going to have a little bit trigger. So the trigger going to be based on the image grab, and it will be very similar with the one we used to do in the hero, but a little bit vice versa. So if you have the marker in here, so later on I will demonstration you the marker itself, and I will explain. Alright, so but first we need to use it in here. Let's go rally. Yeah, alright, so it's there and we go into it. So just do the way I do it here, I will explain later. And the second thing, we need to have a container, and also, oh my god, sections, container. Okay, so the sections, we're going to have the sections going to be very simple. we want it to have the border bottom, border B. So we just have the border bottom like this one, and for the container we should have some of the like this. Here, so it should be good. So when we're scrolling down, it's already been set up based on the container and the sections, and we also need to have the h2 inside up here. So ready to rally. Okay, so ready to rally in the h2, and we also need the image wrap, and exactly like this. So what happened? So we have the image wrap that contain the image itself. So the default in bigger screen, it should be have the height is 600 pixel, and in the smaller screen it is 400 pixel, and it needs to push a little bit up, and that's it. And remember to put the wrap as well. And the image itself, very simple. Few attribute, take the image, and remember to make it scale from by the default is 150, because when we scrolling down, we want it to use the default scaling to make it smaller. So you see we have the score and start in here. So this is the score and the start of this animations. So when you scroll, so you see the start mark in here. So this is the marker 2, and this start is based on 200% of the sections. Sorry, of the screen, and then you jump into from here, and then 200% to the top. And when you go into this one, hit the start, you see the animation is triggered. It will scale down into 1, and also with the border radius 30, and it will end the animation from here. So when you scroll up, it start, scroll down, scale down. Hold on. Oh shit, I'm not able to scale down more. I think the bigger screen will be fine. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Here we have it. Scroll. All right. Scroll up, down. All right. So this is the way we want. It's exactly not the same, but yeah, you get what I mean. You can do very customized when you understand the mechanism. Okay. So a little bit go. Okay. So now we can do the duration. If you wanted to do it more smoothly, you can have the duration. Where we target? We target this one. Huh? Okay, durations. Alright, duration 300. Okay, let's go. Let's check it back. Alright, refresh this. Here it's a little bit smoother. Oh, smooth. Okay, so this is what we want, and now we want to make sure that we have these buttons in here. So this is very simple. This is the second variant of the button. So the button should be like this. Okay, so it should have a full width. So you see, because in the smaller screen we not scroll to the end, so it's not hit the end yet. So you see the image is still a little bit stuck in here. So you see, when you want to solve the one, you need to hit this end mark into the end here. Alright, so I will remove the marker. And okay, so let's get started with the last section. I believe is the footer. So the last section is the footer in here. You see we have the border really long in here, and we just could not see it. And after that, we're going to have the footer. We will see. So into the layout, we create a footer component in here, and footer. And you go into the layout. Remember to import it. Footer. Hold on. What? Footer. Okay. we want you here. All right, so footer, bam, we have footer. All right, so for the footer ones, we need to create a very simple version of that. So we have section, button, and input for this. We also using the mock data and the class name. So we use mock data of the footer in here. Okay, so first thing, we need to have a sections, and we need to have a container. Sometimes I like to copy, sometimes I don't. So here, okay. So footer and container. All right. Oh my god, container. Oh no, container. Wait, here. That's it. All right. So let's check on this. Yes, we got this. Look fabulous here. Okay, so we have the border as well. All right, so next up, we want to have a small div, the first div in here, and we have the, hold on, we need to have the text in here. So the tag going to be look like this in the bigger screen over here, and this one you see we have this data, and this list when we hover is have the same animation with the header, right? So we have this one. Okay. All right, so we have the right already. Now we need to create a list of this. So the list going to be a little bit simple, very simple. So we need to have the under list in here, like this, and also use the link from Next.js. All right, so now we already been set. So we create a list of this one. So this is from the header, you know, and we just need to use the data of it, and we map out the data with the same style from the header, and then we pass in the mock data in here for the URL, the label, and yes, we also have the animations in here. When you hover, it look like this. All right, so let's check on the bigger screen. So the bigger screen you see is not completed yet. So let me double check on this. So I believe it's because the container, I guess. It's not got the container. Flag column deep. The div in here, we have the list. Oh yeah, we have, oh my god, we need to have a div here as well. Is it normal or not? Hold on, it's just the between. But yep. Oh my god, we need to have a div outside the list as well. Okay. All right, so this is fine. We good with this. We good with the first sections. So we need the second section, right? So the second sections is look something like this. First, before, let's do a little bit styling for that. Oh my god, bum. Okay, hold on. Okay, so the section should look like here. Join our new letter, and then the description, and then the input and the button. It's one the same with the register, right? So we don't want to complicate this one. Okay. Follow out. From curse to undercover. Wait. Huh. We join our new letter. Alright. Alright, so we need to code it. Alright, so join our new letter. I don't know, it's just like don't see it in my code base what, but it should be there, you know. Okay, so for this, let's check on this. So it's S3. Okay, short a new letter, right? So it's going to be uppercase, font Contevica, and yep, that's it. This one we need font, we don't need it. Okay, so the label is a little bit small. All right, so let's check. Here we good. Okay, so for this one we want to have the tag feature, I guess. Yep, tag feature, and we good to go. All right, so we finish this one flag. So in the bigger screens, flag, right? So flag row in the big square screen, flag column in small screen, right? Okay. All right, now we need to have a div to contain buttons and our input. So the class name flag GB. Oh no, not GB. Gap 3, right? We want to have gap 3. Yes, and the margin top going to be 6. Damn, here. All right, I think it's very good. Let me check on the original. So the original, we have few more tags in here. So this one exactly don't have animation, but I have. Wow. Okay. All right, so we have a little bit complete. We need few more. We need a little bit text in the below. So it should be like this. Here. All right, let's go. I think we finished then. We also complete the footer component as well. All right, this is the tutorial. Oh no, this is wrong. Okay, hold on, let me check. This is like the full width, the full height, I believe. Okay, so very oh, wrong one. This one. Yes, and it should be oh, so this is a little bit shorter, and this one on here. Oh, this one in the bigger screen it have, right? All right, so this one should be in here, and this one should be a little bit longer, and this one shorter, right? Cool. Okay, ship it out. Is it? Yeah. Okay, we go to go, and this one a little bit smaller, right? Smaller. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, we have few of the icon as here, but it's not necessary so much. Here, oh, you see, you see the difference also for the container. You see this container is have a little bit more tight. For me, it's a little bit widened, so it's very widened. So if you want to change something like this, remember that we have the container has been setting up for the screen in here, so you can just delete this or just use the same, because the screen you are seeing is on my screen is very big screen. It's a 32 sorry, it's 27 inch, so it's basically very big. So if you want to make it a little bit shorter or a little bit tight like this one, it look be a little bit same, but like it's depend on the screen. So I think I fine with the one. Yep, this versions I fine with that. I go with that. Okay, so I think this is it. This is for the home page. You see, we scrolling down. You have la. Okay, so next up we're going to build few of the page as well, other page, and we also need to integrate Sanity. So just feel free to follow the tutorial till the end, and subscribe, also comment, like, and share whatever you want me to build. It's my pleasure to make the content for you guys, also for me. I really enjoyed it, and thank you guys for stay to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Alright, see you guys in the next episode.